friends and fam around the world, welcome back to Fire Red Nuzlocke Run Uno. It's your boy, and he's back, and we are outside the Viridian City Gym, which is actually pretty big time, because we are nearing the end of the run if we can pull it off. So this is the current team. I'm confident, how confident I'm not sure, but I'm confident we could beat Giovanni if we wanted to, right now. The question is, what would the casualties be? So we're not ready for the Elite Four. We're going to have to take some training exercises to the max. And I do have about 7 rare candies in the box, which will help us to get to level cap for the Elite Four. But we're actually going to take every single trainer possible. So as you can see, we're close on some levels with Snickerdoodle and Souffle, and this is pretty much the E4 team. So we're going to be running as best we possibly can here, so this is where it is. And whoever just joined the stream, thank you for joining. It is appreciated. So what we're going to be doing first is we will be going to our TM box, or our TM case, whatever you want to call it, and looking through and seeing what we can give to our Pokemon to kind of, get through a little bit here. Now, I will say we have Psychic just chilling in the box right now, and we are going to give that over to Souffle. So we get that nice stab boost. Because in Gen 3 Executor, its learn set ends at 31 with Egg Bomb. So it's one of the problems with it. So I'm leaving Egg Bomb in for now. And the reason I'm doing it is I'm going to put Psychic in, because we're going for those big attacks now. That's what we're trying to do. Because I'm probably going to give it a Giga Drain or another grass type move of some kind to make it easier in the Lorelei fights, if we really need something. Otherwise, I might be giving it Solar Beam. And then we also have all these other wonderful moves that we could give, but really, for now, that's the only one I think we absolutely need. So we're going to head on in to this gym battle and go from there. So the Viridian City Gym, we are going to be very smart about how we attack here. Is Arbok and Tauros are the first battle when it comes to that, so we are going to put Souffle at the front of the party and go from there. We'll cower at the crack of my whip. That seems really fucked up, not gonna lie. So this should be a sweep with Psychic. Not a problem. Yeah, this should be done. There we go, and that should be level 44. Great. So again, right away, we had some Pokemon close to level, which is awesome for a start point. And we're going there. So Tauros, I think I want to work Chalky on this one, since we have a bunch of normal moves. Normal's good against normal. So it will outspeed us once. So what we're going to do is try... Why would you use Rest? It makes 0 sense. You already... Okay. Interesting choices, but choices were made nonetheless. Alrighty, I'm going to Body Slam again. It rests. Kind of bullshit, but whatever. It's already used 2 rests. Now it's Sleep, which is great. Rest is only a 10 move, so we're just going to keep rolling with Body Slam until it can stop us. And we're going to take the XP boost as much as possible. With the crit! There you go, Hot Chalky! There you go, Chalky boy! Yeah! And admittedly, I was probably going to end up using a lot of our our rare candies over on Hot Chalky just because he's so far behind. But he's a bulk monster. That's what we're really going for. And that's what we want to be doing with that style of Pokemon, is just using it all the time for its defensive capabilities and its bulk. So we have a fighter up next, and that is Machoke at a 43. So the two trainers after that are going to be really nice sweeps for our water types. So I'm going to stick with Souffle at the front for one confusion and to call it. So that is the point of all of this, is to make sure we're making calculated decisions to get the XP we can to take on this battle. Ironically enough, I did not intend to make a team that was perfect to kill Giovanni, but that was the team that was given to us. And we made the best out of the pieces that we had to go forward. So, I mean, I'm going to take it. If it's there, I'm going to take it. So, let's go Shishimi next. So this is one of the cool trainers. I'm just going to double check. Yeah, so this could be the Marowaks, Rhyhorn, and Nidoqueen line. Or it could be the Sandslashers, Rhyhorns, and Nidoking line. It's a 5-piece, and that's awesome for what we're trying to do. So we're going to go from here. So here is how we do it. Let's go with the cool trainer. Perfect. And we get the Intimidate, which is even better. We surf, we spam, we sweep. Perfect. I mean, this is pretty much a guaranteed level midway through, so, which is tremendous on that part. Glorious. Glorious. Probably about an 800, I would assume. Oh, still over 1,000. Great. We'll take that. Beautiful. Bingo, bango. Ready to go, go. Is that level? Yep, 43. Love it. Nidorino. I am actually going to switch. Just for the moment. I think Snickerdoodle can take it because we want to get to the king. That's where we really want to be. And we're so close to a level, I might as well take it. So I think one surf might do it. So we're going to try. I just don't want to get poisoned, frankly. Double kick's not going to do much. Did more than I wanted it to, but it's fine. Interesting. I didn't know the cool trainer had anything. Okay. We'll take it. That's the level. Nidoking. And again, this should be pretty damn close to a sweep. That sucks. That ain't fun. Yep, it got that ground type, and now it's worse than the Nidorino at the same level. Great booster. You were beaten. You were, because you're a fucking chump. And just so we don't have to leave, we are going to be using that on Snickerdoodle. And we'll swapsies, because our next one will probably be Yuji. So I would assume Yuji is here. Because it's interesting, I'm pointing out something on a map that you guys can't see. Sorry, breaking the cardinal rules of television. But that's kind of what streaming is at this point. Alright, let's take on the trainer. You must be running out of steam right now. Not really. I've been kind of sweeping your entire teams. It's kind of what I've been doing. Okay, Yuji is going to get us to level 43. Which is great. Awesome. Hey, if you just joined the stream, thanks for joining. It's appreciated. You're getting ready for a Giovanni Elite 4 run here, which I don't think we're going to hit E4 this morning, but we might. You never know. Depends on how fast we can train. Because we are quite low level-wise for an E4 run. And I know we have Victory Road ahead of us, so we don't have to exactly be where we want to be. But we do want to be somewhere worthwhile, so we are just sweeping through Giovanni's trainers right now, because although we could probably beat Giovanni, why not just get up to the level that you want to be at and go from there? The fact that Graveler gives more XP than Onyx is also fucking ridiculous. There we go. And we are literally just sweeping through his entire trainer, gym trainers with Surf at this point. Alright, it's got the Marowak, which is great. Beautiful. Love it. There we go. Bingo! And there it is. And if we want to be that sad kid from YouTube, and boom goes the dynamite. What the hell does Safeguard do, is the question. All status problems for 5 turns. Looking ahead, are we going to have a lot of status problems? Because I'm keeping Perish Song, that's our out. I kind of like Body Slam. I am going to just take a quick peek here at the E4. So, Lorelei, not a problem. So, we're just going to look at Bruno's team. This is going to be chump change, obviously, but we're not going to have any problems there. Agatha could be some problems with Confuse Ray and Poison and Hypnosis. Safeguard might be a good choice. And then obviously Lance, we're going to have mostly dragons, which outside of Thunder Wave I'm not really concerned about a lot of stuff. So yeah, it's one battle. And frankly, we're going to probably be able to cook through most of it with just one Pokemon. So, I think I might leave Safeguard on the table. But I also, how often are we going to use Body Slam? So, I'm going to put it in for now. We're intentionally doing this so that we can think ahead. I don't think Body Slam was going to make the cut anyways. And I think there's a Body Slam TM that we can go find somewhere if we need to. If not, it's not a big deal. So now we have a fighter up top, and that is tailor-made for Souffle. And this one here is Viridian City. This is Atsushi, or Atsushi. So that is Machop and a Machoke, and they both have black belts. Which is interesting, because I'm going to try something here. I kind of want to go steal that black belt. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try one Thief, And then I'm going to go into a psychic sweeper. So I'm pretty sure we can take one. We can definitely take one hit from a level 40 Machop. So, Intimidate, great. Not very effective. It's fine. There we go. We got the black belt. Love that. And here we go into Souffle. This shouldn't do much of anything. Perfect. And our lefties took good care of us there. And we psychic and we end. Perfect. I'm not gonna lie, I might put a fighting type move on our Snorlax. I'm still thinking about that one. Yay, lefties. And I'm going to go get a second leftovers because before the Elite Four, I am going to take out the second Snorlax for leftovers. That might be literally like the last thing I do before the Elite Four. So what I'm thinking is it's going to be Viridian City Gym, train, take out Giovanni, rival fight that I didn't do already, which now I'm coming to regret, but I didn't trust my Pokemon to win in that Nuzlocke situation. Then Victory Road, go do the move deleter, get all the items we want, all that good stuff, and go from there. So now we go to the Tamer, and the Tamer has a Rhyhorn, and it's level 43 with no items, which is super easy. And that is why we switch on over to Shishimi, and we take the Shishimi. As you can see from the rest of the gym trainers, most of Giovanni we wouldn't struggle with at all. But again, I'm going to train up as best as possible because I don't want to deal with garbage. I just don't want to do that. I'm also taking a detour to the power plant probably today as well, so that we can get up some higher level Pokemon encounters, some different trainers if they're there, and kind of take that route as well. So, is this our last? We have two more fights here in the Viridian City Gym. We have the Cool Trainer, and we have the Black Belt. So the Cool Trainer is going to be tailor-made for Shishimi to outspeed and sweep with Surf. Cool Trainer Warren. And my gosh, I would love to just use the Verse Seeker in here, but unfortunately the Verse Seeker can't be used in here. Glorious. Glorious, glorious, glorious. Alrighty. I'll have to look at Victory Road as well. But that'll be for down the road. I won't do that right away. I take that back. I might do it. Only because if a certain trainer class is in there, I might prioritize different Pokemon for battle. Because if I can farm stuff easily, then I'll just do it that way. Bitch. Bitch. Bish, please. Cool. And we're not going to get to 44 on this, which sucks, but, you know. That's the situation we're in. Okie dokie. Ooh. If I get parried, I'm not going to be happy. Fighter! Yeah! Ooh, we did get to 44. Great. And the cool trainer is out of here. Alright, one more. It's fighter, so we are going to go with Souffle here. And get ready to roll. He's the Karate King. And my fate rests with him. God, that sprite works so cool. You gotta give it to the sprites back in the day, man. Yep. Lovely. Lovely. Get another Machoke in here. Come on. Come on, let's get through it. And then I also still have Stun Spore on Souffle for a para strat if needed. I might... If you do the Elite Four right, you can sweep through a lot of it. Which is why I'm kind of like, oh, well, you know, why would we do it? Alrighty, so that is all of the Viridian City gym. And already we are looking a lot better than we were, where, you know, when we walked in, Shishimi was barely a 42, now it's 44. So let's just look through here. Yeah, fresh 44. Souffle already another level up, almost 2 up. And we got Hot Chocolate level. Curry, a little bit behind, but not a big deal. Cardamom, behind, but not a big deal. And Cardamom, I'm thinking, is going to be a big... That's going to be a big power plant play. And we have Lapras, Snickerdoodle. And Snickerdoodle's going to have to do some heavy lifting on the way. So here is the Skinny. Now we are going to try. Now it's going to be time to Verse Seek to... We might go back to our beloved friend quick. If anyone remember from a past stream, we have good old Bug Catcher Brent with his 2 Beedrills that gave out actually pretty decent XP boosts. So we're going to move Pokemon here, and we are going to go Rotisserie. Rotisserie is just going to temporarily take the spot of Executor. Because all we're doing is flying over to the power plant. And I want to get all the items in the power plant. I want to take out... And I have a hidden item map up so that we won't run into... we won't run into the problem of... of electrodes exploding on us. Which is going to be pretty key. Why would I want an Everstone? I never understood the Everstone item. Why would you want that? When there's already an ability to cancel it out. Alrighty. Move Pokemon. Rotisserie. Sweet. Alright, let's take it. Let's roll with it. We can finally surf this area, which is great. God, this surf music is so good. I gotta pull up, of all things, Route 10 again. think. Yeah. So this should be a Pokemaniac, probably. Cool. And then I'm also immediately going to put out the Power Plant in Kanto. There's actually some decent Pokemon in there. Nothing that we're going to use, but it's nice backups, nonetheless. No trainers, though, oddly. So here is where Cardamom is probably going to shine. Maybe your Pokemaniac too. Yeah, random. Rhyhorn. Oh, shit. Whoops. Now we're splitting, but whatever, it's fine. No big deal. Rude. Rude. I mean, one surf ends it, but still rude. We could also just catch Zapdos and call it a day, but, yeah. Not the point. Lickitung. Okay. Let's have Hot Chalky go to work. Normal on normal. Always fun. Why? Why? Great. There we go. Max Ether is a great addition. Alright, so we're at the power plants. And I'm just going to pull up our map here, which is great to have. And I'm actually going to put Curry in the lead because we do have some of those steel types and we have the speed. Ah, Pikachu. Well, here's our encounter. Feels right. Lame. It feels right to get a Pikachu, so we're just gonna shift a little bit. And we're gonna yawn. We could also get a Raichu this way if we wanted to really work on a Pokedex, but I'm not planning on doing that because it seems kind of foolish at this point. But nonetheless, it's fun. There it is. Ultra Ball with sleep should be fine. Glorious. And what should this Pikachu be called? This Pokemon, this Pikachu will be called Warhead. Because when I think of electricity when it bases food, I think of something really sour. And a candy that always gets sour is the Black Cherry Warhead really gets something to you, you know? Alright, this is a real item. It's trying to goose you in. Great, max potion. Yep. So we take care of the easy stuff. We melt stuff. We do stuff like that. Great. It's little XP, but it's still XP. Voltorb? If only Voltorb hadn't died. But again, that's the risk you run here. Well, that's obnoxious. Do I even have a paralysis heal now? I have some full heals. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to flip-flop to Cardamom. Just avoid that thing and we'll be fine. So up top, that's an Electrode. Protect. Not bad. It's not bad to have Protect, let me tell you. And we are also going to get rid of Pin Missile before we go into Elite Four. Because, let's be honest here, Pin Missile sucks. I mean, it just does. I know it's like a signature attack for Jolteon, but Pin Missile is straight trash, homie. Man, this Pikachu doesn't want to go away. Thank you. Even if it's at 200 and 300 at a time, we're going to just beat this thing. Now, I'm going to be honest. I thought we were going to get some better stuff here to train with. And I forgot there were no trainers in this version, because the last time I played through the power plant, it was Let's Go, which does have trainers in it. So, not many, but some. So that's why I was like, oh yeah, we can go up there. It'll be fine. But nope. But, like I said, I'm getting the items. We're going through, taking what we can. And then I might start looking towards Victory Road, and I might start looking towards some Verse Seekers. I know Route 20. Also, we have yet to do Route 21 or 22, whichever one that is, from Cinnabar to Pallet, which is another option for some trainers that could be great for Cardamom. So that's options here. Sweet. God, I love Volt Absorb. This is an Electrode. We may have just made a huge mistake. Thank God. Is my map wrong? Yeah, my map was wrong. That was why. Jeez Louise. Come on. Okay. Alrighty here. I know I said training purposes at this point. This is simply for items. Thunder. Nice pickup. Thunderstone. That should be an electrode, so I'm leaving it alone. And then we're already getting to our encounter, and we might hilariously just play around it. There we go, Max Elixir, which is another great one for the Elite Four. There's another hidden item by Zapdos that I am going to play with for a second here, because I wanted to see what that item is that we're dealing with. Yeah, so ironically, we're going to go, just like Articuno, we are going to bail on it. So it's hilarious. Just be like, hey, bird, don't worry about it. Don't worry about us, man. It's fine, though, if we do that. Great. It's the grinding elements. Alright, so another Thunderstone. Hi! Oh, let's get the fuck out of here. Alrighty, and we are going to surf our way back. Admittedly, not the greatest training ground we could have had, but we got some items, which was nice. And we're going to go up to the Pokemon Center. And we're going to take Rotisserie, but what we're going to do before anything, and before moving on to different encounters and different things that we can do, is we're going to currently box Souffle. We're going to heal up. Cool. And we're going to go see our boy at least one last time. Because why not? Why not? Let's go find our guy one last time. At the very least. Ooh, all three of them. That's great. I know it's simple, but, I mean, we're just going to sweep with stuff, but we had to go. We had to get to Brent at least one more time, you know? Had to. Many a dollar has been given to us by Brent and his Beedrills. Perfect. Not worried, not concerned, don't care. Great. There we go. Total waste of time. I know. haven't forgotten you were this good-looking Pokemon. Yeah, I know. Alright, Camper Chris with the Growlithe. Rude. Perfect. A crit that we didn't need against this Growlithe, but we'll take it. Yeah, we'll stick for now. Why not? Why not? Perfect. And that's 41. Giving us chip. We're chipping away. Taking Rock Tunnel to go to Lavender Town. Aren't you just special, buddy? Ooh. This team's about to get wrecked. Yep. Whoever just joined the stream, welcome. We are essentially just bullying other trainers at this point. Not the intention, but we had to go see our boy bug catcher Brent one more time, and now the entire route is willing to face us, so it's a free XP battles. You know it's bad when Snorlax outspeeds you. Outspeeds you badly, too. Cool. And we just keep chipping away. Chip it away. We are preparing for the Giovanni fight and the Elite Four. But, you know, we gotta get our Pokemon ready. That's the problem. Nope. Alright, let's fly Rotisserie on down. Actually, you know what? There are two reasons why I'm doing this. One, there's an item finder item in here that I have not gotten yet at the top. And two, we can heal up, and we've taken all these trainers out anyways, so I'm not concerned with any of these trainers. And it's just going to be Ghastlies and stuff like that, so it's fine. It's not like it's going to be a big deal. But we're kind of doing the last roundups of items, trainers, anything left that we can farm some XP from and farm some success from going forward for our Elite Four run. I'm going to take the free heal up just for PowerPoint purposes. Obviously, we're not in danger of a loss or anything here. That's what we're going to do. Okay. That's great. Come on, Ghastly. Be cool, Ghastly. Love it. It's 200 extra points. It's also fun just to use Thief to see if you can get some items. Alright, let's use this item finder. Soothe Bell. That's big time. That's good stuff. Alright, we use the escape rope. We get the hell out of here. Okay, and we have Rotisserie fly us on out of here. And instead of Celadon, I'm going to go to Fuchsia. I'm just going to do the boring stuff now, so I know it's not the most exciting of stream. But, reason being is we'll get some steps in, and we'll go find all the items in the Safari Zone that were left over from our first runs. So, that'll be a good key for us to go for. Okay, Safari Zone. We can surf to one, which is dope. Then when we go to the area, otherwise, we'll go right, get some other stuff. And I think it's almost all of them that are still on the board. And I'm going to be really precise in our movements. Now we have, 200 grand, so not concerned. The Safari Balls are pointless. I don't care about them. But we are going to go mosey on up and see what we can do. Yep. Found a nugget. It's 5 grand. What? Supposed to be a hidden item there, whatever. It's fine. Hey. Hello, spammer. It's been fun seeing you spam once again. Alrighty. We got some TMs and some other stuff here, which we're going to play with. Hey! Got another encounter with Execute. Alrighty. So we'll go up, down, TM. Leaf Stone, which is useless, but not useless, but not worthwhile for us in these purposes. Doduo, which we already have. It's honestly, it's like we're getting a tour de force of Sunny Day is not a bad move to have. We're getting a lot of good stuff here, man. Alright, max potion. We might have one more item left in this area, but I doubt it. But you never know. It's possible. That's done for. Already took care of that. And we zip on in and we go. Unsure, contributes BKR. Sorry, I just wanted to read out our spammer because it's fun. Why not spam, spam, spam? Why not spam, spam, spam everywhere all the time? And this is final item. Quick Claw. Big one. Big item pull there. I think I already got these guys. I will double check though. Ooh, I didn't get the stuff down low either. Shit. Wrong way. Wait, hold on. Wait a tick. Oh, that's exactly where we need to go. That's fine. So we can surf now. Alrighty. Last one after this one, as long as we can get there. Max Potion, another good one to have. Now that should be every single item out of the Safari Zone. Just double check, double check. Yep, every item. So, I guess let's get our money's worth. Yay! Who the fuck is this guy? Feel you on that one, kid. Ba-dum bum 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 ba-da-dum. Also a Pokemon we wanted at the time, but it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Thank you. We came here for items, not for... That's all I care about. Where are the items? And we're going to Verse Seek over on Route 15. And we're going to go to our 3 favorite trainers. Because that's all we need. Beautiful, the 2 I wanted. Right here. Great. Picnicker Kendra. This is good at 1000 XP right here. A little bit more. With all the grass types that she has. Flame Wheel it up. Beautiful. Or maybe, well, it's 4, yeah, almost 1500. 1600 almost, I should say. If I can do math, my gosh. And we're just going to spam Flame Wheel the entire time, so it's fine. Glorious. That's it. It's XP though. And again, it's just the grinding aspects and exactly why people use candies, because if I'd used candies, I would have been done with this run already, but, you know, we didn't. And that's fine. Boy. Great. Still another half level done. Another one we didn't have to deal with. And let's fly on down. Actually, you know, let's get the steps in first, because then it's easier with the bike than it is on the surf. Alright, Pokemon. Rotisserie, rotisserie. Fly us on down. There were some trainers over on the Seafoam Islands that I skipped, so that is also an option for us. This is intentional though, because I'm going to go to the Picnicker Birdkeeper spot and just shock with Jolteon. Let's Verseek. Yes. Now this should be another one that's very easy because it's all Shelder and Cloisters. But they're at least level 30s or 28s or whatever the hell they are. And again, easy stuff. Easy stuff. Easy wins. Great. Another one down. Going with the Cloister. Interesting. With the Protect. I outspeed you, so it's going to be fine. Great. Alright, that's 42. Thunder Wave. Yes. Pin Missile is straight garbage. And we don't have Stab Boost either, so I'm going to take it for now. I don't know if T-Wave makes it all the way, but T-Wave is going to be better option than that. And also what's going to be nice is that takes out Stun Spore as a need for the Executor, and that is another reason why I'll take the T-Wave instead of Pin Missile. And I'm going to add either Thunderbolt or Thunder to Cardamom, so that won't be a problem. And we'll be fine. And we're going to get another 2700 XP here from our beloved Bird Keeper. Now, if only there was a great place to train up fire Pokemon, but there's not, except early stuff. And that's the problem. I don't want early stuff. I want these big guys. Great. So the grind is going to be pretty real here, guys. I'm not going to lie. And I just got to get it to be respectable. Because I can't go into the problem is the rival fight. I think we take Giovanni now. It's the rival fight that scares me afterwards because I didn't do it the first time around. Alrighty. So I'm going here specifically because we are going to go see those trainers we didn't see. So heal up for PowerPoint problems. Still can't get over PowerPoint stuff. So we're going to do that. And then I'm also going to deposit some items in the box. do that quick. So, what do we not need? Max Ether we're putting in the box for now. Don't need Moonstones. Don't need Thunderstones. Don't need Max Elixirs. Soothe Bell. Nope. Put it in the box. Put it in the box for now. We'll go from there. Again, we have 7 levels in our back pocket, which are nice. And we're going to go get these trainers. Great. Tentacle, go away. Just go away. Especially when you showed up with nothing, when we could have got a very powerful tentacle and at least had decisions to make. Ooh, I'm going to see if Verseek works here. Because at least it's a quick succession of battles. Perfect. It's quick succession battles, which is great. Even if they're not the highest level Pokemon. We just rapid fire through some stuff with Cardamom, and I think this might be a great way to use that Verseeker here, is just keep running through Pokemon with Shockwave. I think this is the move. Goldeen, no problem. Ironically enough, I wasn't worried about getting Arcanine levels, and now I'm thinking Curry is going to need to be a candy candidate. Sweet. Alrighty. Himmel. And we just keep spamming Shockwave. We just spam it all day long. And when we run out of it, we'll use Quick Attack real quickly. Alright, that's free level. Free level's a free level, man. These waters are treacherous. You shouldn't come back here. Well, you shouldn't be here in the first place, so shut up, Axel. I'm gonna end you and your Pokemon real quickly. This is a whole Tentacool team. I'm going to lose my mind, but I forgot about what it is, so it's fine. Now, there is the temptation to switch one of our team members out for a legendary bird, but I don't want to do that. Because it just feels kind of wrong at this point to do all this grinding just to not take a team member. Great. That should be a good little boost there. And here's 44. Oh boy. There we go, Cardamom. There we go. There we go, bud. Got another one. Swimming is great, sunburns aren't. Yep. You're correct. Now, what could be the least interesting stream ever is a possibility now of just running, swimming, shockwaves, running, swimming, shockwaves with Verse Seekers the whole time. At least one of our training sessions would be done. With the crit even, when we didn't need it at all. That should be good. Good booster. I'm going to take on those two trainers down at Seafoam Islands. Not worth our time. Only because it's quick. I'll take the 150, whatever. There you go. I love floating with the fishes here among with the waves. I mean, that's interesting. 35 Sea King. Good. Makes a great victim for a shockwave. Awesome. Awesome. Youch. Alrighty. Let's do it again. We don't really need to heal. It's just more for power points. Okay. Let's go Verseek. Sure, we'll take the 100. Why not? Why not? You know. And we need that critical hit. It was really important for that fight. Get wrecked, get fucked, get out of here. It's 200? 250! Alright. Or seek. Give me all 4. Yes! Well, we should be up to mid 45, if not 46 now with Jolteon after this here session, which would be great. And we are literally just shockwaving. That's all we are doing. Good. sweet. We're already at our 45. So after this whole round of trainers, we should be 46 most likely. And then eventually when I hit the 50 mark, which, I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. That's a while from now. I might do the exact same play with all of our Pokemon, to be frank. Outside of Lapras and Gyarados, maybe. Just because we know we're going to get some XP in the Giovanni fight with them. This is how we're going to do it. And I'm not going to lie. I might teach an electric move to Snorlax just to make it fast. Plus, it wouldn't suck to have it for some of our flying types and water types in the front with Lorelei, or thinking later to Lance, to have Snorlax that bulky and also be able to hit something big like Thunder. Jolteon's learns Thunder at 42, which is great. Or 52, I'm sorry. So I don't need to use the Thunder TM for Cardamom yet. I can use it on something else. I could also use it on Gyarados. And the more I Reverse Seek, the more money I make, which means more play at the game corner for TMs if we want to do that. Which I would rather you get all the items we need for the Elite Four and go from there. But that's just me. That's a good 1,000. Oh, 1,200. There we go. Staryu, no problem. Great. Awesome. Awesome. We're just farming XP right now. That's all we are going to be doing. Which, you know, kind of play lame, win game, but it's what you got to do in a Nuzlocke, is play some lame and win some game. Alright. Glorious. And does the Sea King get us there? I'm not super confident, but it's a possibility. Nice. Alright, got us there. Great. And our speed with Cardamom is through the roof right now. Must we really battle again? Yes! Yes! We have to battle again. And we're just going to keep on doing it. We're going to keep on doing this. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous strategy, but it's working. Rare candies would obviously make this so much easier, but we don't have them. I mean, we have them, but they're for later. Alright, we're going to be mid 46. Let's push us in striking distance of 48 for our next run, depending on how many trainers we get, which is great. So let's go ahead and surf around quick. Actually, I'm going to try to Verse Seek this quick. Verse Seeker. Perfect. Alrighty. We doing this. We got 5 shockwaves left. So, 1 super easy battle, and then we'll use Snorlax for the next one. And go from there. Which, again, with the amount of trainers that we have over in that cluster, that'll be really nice later for verse-seeking capabilities. And then I will look ahead to Victory Road in a little bit and see what kind of trainers we have there to play with. Seadra should be a nice little boost. Nothing crazy, but a nice little boost. Great. Another swimmer down. These swimming routes are actually kind of becoming useful. Really nice. Okay, Shelder. Is this a Shelder Cloister combo? Fuck off, Shelder. Damn it. It's just getting greedy. Let me be greedy. There we go. That ends that one. Good. And if the next is a Cloister, this could be a level. It should be dope. I'm going to snap the confusion. Can't be outdone. Attack fell, huh? Just snap out of it. Snap out of it, Cardamom. Come on. There we go. That was the right move. It's the right move, man. Good deal. Level 47. Okay, so at least one Pokemon is going to be done with the grind. Agility. Do we want agility? Lightens its body to sharply boost its speed. I think we outspeed virtually everything. I don't think we need agility. So I'm going to let agility go. As much as I'd like to have it, I just don't think we need agility. I don't think agility is going to get us where we really want to go. So we heal on up. Alrighty. Just going to do a couple little... It's just so it makes the Verse Seeker a little bit easier. Alright, now we should be able to do the Verse Seeker no problem, which is great. Good deal. Alright, and the grind's almost over with Jolteon, which is nice. And admittedly, we're probably just grinding up Pokemon. If we get close enough by the end of a stream time, because I was thinking maybe 12:30 today, it could go till 1, then we're going to go take Giovanni out. Alright. Reverse Seek. Give me all 4. Give me all 4. Damn it. Probably the worst 2 to get to, just because fewer Pokemon with lower levels, but it's still fine. And this will slow down the grind. With the crit. Love it. Don't need it, but we love it. This nice little bit of XP too with that Sea King. Sea Kings are shockingly good with the XP boost. Shocker. Come on. That's a weird looking sprite with the toes. How are those legs working? I loved that sprite until I saw what the in-curled leg with the toes weird look is giving. It's odd. I don't know how I feel about it. Actually, I do know how I feel about it. I don't like it at all. So... the other thing we could do is we could get some items from the game corner. I've been neglecting that. Such as a Mystic Water. And really boost those water type moves when we need them. There's not a ton of water type needs in the Elite Four until we go further with Lance and oh my god, and Angie, our rival. Let's not waste it. We're out here. We might as well use it. Bum 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 bum. XP's XP. Good. And then a swim back. Should work. I think. Glorious. Glorious. We got the all four. And the 5 that go down super quickly. 15, there's 3, 2, 5, and 5. So we might have the exact right number of power points to get through all of them with just Jolteon, which would be excellent. Sea King, that's good. 1092, I want to say, XP. No, it's because of the 27. So right under 1,000 points, most likely. Which is no problem. Okay, this should be it for 48. And by the end of this circuit, we might be at 49. And then the grind might be coming to an end for good old Cardamom the Jolteon. Look at that speed stat, 162. Freaking absurd. Hell yeah. These waters are treacherous. You shouldn't come back here. If they're so treacherous, why are you here? And why do you suck so much? That's what my question is. Shockwave! Hell to the yeah. Hell yeah, if you just joined the stream, thanks for joining. We are grinding our way up. to take on Giovanni, but more importantly, we're really training for the Elite Four. We have a team that could beat Giovanni right now, but we are training for the E4. So we are grinding it on up. If you want to chat, you're more than welcome to chat. I'd love to have you do that. I'd love to get through this stream with a little bit more than me just talking constantly to myself. Tentacruel. This is a good booster. Plus, then you could put out the spam. You know, my only comment wouldn't be best viewers on streambo.com. Remove the space. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Ooh, dangerous. Swam here with my friends and tired. Must be really bad. Yes, we do this every time. We do this every time. Come on, Connie. You know the drill by now. I show up, I beat you up, I take your money. That's how we do things. You're really a bully with the Verse Seeker if you think about it. You're just over and over again taking people's money and beating up their Pokemon for your own selfish gain. It's pretty bully behavior if you ask me. Now do I get greedy and go up to 50 with Cardamom right away? I think I kind of do just so it's over. But you never know. Alright, so we get 49 with the Goldeen Seaking combo here. And this, if it's worthwhile. 35. Why not? Why not? Let's do it with some quick attacks. Why not? Let's just get this little XP. Guarantee 49 then. Stop rapping me. It's weird. Consent is important. You didn't get consent. There we go. Alright, so we got all 4 in this Verse Seeker, which was awesome. It really put home what we could do. And the way we could train and just take things out really quickly. It's now already, it's 49. Yep. So we got to 49. We're going to get that nice 1000 XP boost. Look at the speed stat. Look at the speed stat. Plus 5 on the speed. Insane. So this is over 1000 XP, which gets us close to our mid 49 point. And is glorious to have. So we have exhausted all of our power points here, which is why we are going to... Oh shit. What's this? Whoa. Felony home invasion stalking after firing. This is for former Michigan head coach Sharon Moore. This one just popped up on screen for me. I don't know if you're a college football fan. Even if you're not, that's just a wild story to deal with and just be like, what? Alright, rotisserie, fly us on out of here. Alright, so our easiest grinder on our current path is virtually done. And now we move towards our other Pokemon. I will stay greedy for the 50. I want the 50. And then I think our next targets... Curry can't be here because Curry's susceptible to water attacks. So I think it's Hot Chalky, Sashimi, and Snickerdoodle, and then eventually we'll run it with, when we put Giga Train on Executor. So let's roll what we got. I'm also going to check here for my TM case. Do I have an electric move that isn't Thunder? I don't think I do. Or do I have a grass type move that isn't Giga Drain or Solar Beam that can work? Ooh, I still got Blizzard to use too. I got a lot of good stuff just sitting in the box right now, which is insane. Don't have a good one. How much money do I have? It's got to be over the 2 mark. Great. I still got to sell a nugget. Let's go do that for steps. No, not here. I hate Fuchsia's setup. Okay. Alright, let's go Verse Seek. Level 50 Jolteon on the way. Alright. Nope. Verse Seek. Give me all 4. Give me all 4. Yes! 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 I doubt it, but it's possible we hit it here. Great. We're not going to hit it here. We're not going to hit it on the first one. That's fine. But we're literally just going to move in a line and take people out one at a time until it's done. Okay. Camel. Camel. Alright. And then when we're done with this one, we'll swim over to the other guys just to use power points and some other stuff. So we'll swim to those 2 swimmers over there, and we'll take them out. And then we will box Cardamom at the 50 level. Because once we're at the 50 chip, that's all we really need because it's level capped. And we get ready for our rival fight. Now what's nice is we're getting within striking distance of the goal. Once we're at level 50, we have 2 water types in the mid 40s, or 43 and 42, something like that. Low to mid 40s. That can still sweep through these areas relatively quickly. Especially Lapras with with 3 different moves that can take it. I think, at least. So, which will be nice. Don't get me wrong. Come on. Let's finish this and be done with it. So then that way, we are getting within the distances we need to be to take on that E4 team and that rival fight outside. Alright, Tentacruel. Bamsies, Dunsies. I don't think this does it. Unfortunately, it would be awesome if it did. Last one, and then we go to Hot Chalky. Who's going to have to muscle it through a little bit more, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. Great. That's level cap. Alright, Cardamom is level capped for the Giovanni fight. And we swap to hot chalky so we can get some of the garbage out of the way. And by garbage, I mean grinding. It's just what it is. It's part of the scenarios. Interesting choice to camouflage. Sweet, swept, love it. The only thing that's nice about Hot Chalky being such a lower level than the rest of our team is the fact that it at least feels as though the XP matters in every fight where you're like, oh, we're making boosts, as opposed to what we had with some other times in the game where it's just like, oh my god, I'm crawling through these levels right now. Come on. Come on. Exhausted. Alright, let's go hit that 39. Rude. End it. Come on, end it. Yes! Yes! Alright, 39. Glorious. That speed stat's rough, guys. I'd also like some more defensive stats there too, but what are we gonna do? Good. Let's start 1,000. Alright, we're gonna go over and take on those swimmers. Actually, let me see something here quick. Hell yeah. That might be a way in. Alright, so what I just did is I looked at that tuber double fight. And what I like about that is that, A, it's another trainer in the same screen for the Verse Seeker, which is awesome. But on top of it, it also allows for a double battle, so that if I want to just get some quick XP, I can still be there with a sweeper and use it to help everybody out. So again, we have the possibility of 5 trainers in one series, which would be really nice, admittedly. Bubble, 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 bubble. Yep. Sweet. Alright, one more. Great. Whew, Hot Chalky. You're a tough one sometimes, buddy. I want to get Chalky up to at least 45. And the reason being is 45, I'm okay using our rare candies then for Chalky, just because it's clearly the slowest growth Pokemon we have. And that's, besides maybe Gyarados, but, you know, that's part of the gig. Alright, I'm going to put Cardamom in the box. So, we are going to go Executor. Cardamom. Placed. Good. Great. Love it. And we still have a Snorlax at route 12 to take on and consider, which we obviously don't need to do, but, you know, son of a bitch. Stupid Cliff. Alright. And we'll go from there. Alright. Pokemon. Switch Souffle. And actually, let me look at Souffle quick. Egg Bomb ain't long for this world. We might as well get rid of it now. So I'm gonna give it Giga Drain, because we can't learn anything else with. Ah, damn. Alright, so Souffle is the only one that can use it anyways, which is cool. So we're going to get rid of Egg Bomb. And we're going to go to Giga Drain, which A will help us with this sweep here of these water type trainers that we're constantly battling now. So that alone just made it incredibly easy for Executor to go deal with some battles. Level 7 ain't worth it. Cool. And I'm also Pokemon. I put Souffle in the good. Alright, that's Verseek. Awesome. So let's do little guy. And then we'll do those 3 down low. So 4 again, nice one to have. And it's double battle, so it's even better. So we can just sweep. Let's take the Goldino, and let's Giga Drain. Oh shit! That was not intentional whatsoever. That sucks. Gotta watch that one now. Okay, shit. Okay. Whoops. Whoops. That's life in the big city, I guess. Alright, Souffle's are 45 though. Cool. Speed stat could be better, but what are we gonna do? It's no way to treat my little brother. Alright, let's use a fresh water here for Chalky, so we don't kill ourselves doing something stupid. Alright, let's strength our way through some more stuff. The grind. The grind, the grind, the grind, the grind, the grind. End of this battle. 40, which could be nice. We won't get to 41 while we're out here, which sucks, but it's part of the gig. I figured since we're doing this end of stream, tail end, we may as well do the sucky part of grinding, which is going to be Snorlax. So that's why we're doing the things we're doing right now to go forth with that. So, alright, 40. Here we go. Whew. That's speed stat. The exact opposite of Jolteon. With the crit that we didn't need. We love it. Learn to like it, learn to love it, learn to love it. 'Cause diamonds are forever, and so is Hot Shocky the Snorlax. And then we'll go back to our fast sweeps afterward. Started to rain. It started to rain. And then the question is, how am I going to get up Arcanine? Because most of Victory Road is, you know, rocks and other garbage. I might honestly get up to level cap with Lapras and Gyarados, and then train up Arcanine with at least the first 3 in Giovanni's gym, because he can burn some of them. Oh no, we can't, because they're all ground types. What am I talking about? So yeah, we got to figure out a grind method for Arcanine, which really sucks. I mean, we can go Route 15 and we can just keep going. It just sucks to do. But it's their only option, so... Oh boy. Alright. 5 more levels. 5 more levels. 5 more levels. That's all. 5 more levels. Alright, we're not going to get it here, which sucks, but it's fine. Or maybe we switch it every time, just so it feels less monotonous. Maybe, even though it's the exact same thing, and it technically slows stuff down a little bit, what we do is... we switch Snorlax and everything else. Perhaps that's the move. Let's try to get this cheap level. It's not going to happen, but, you know, nonetheless. A little chip here, a little chip there. Never hurt anybody. It's a possibility. With the cheap one. What does block do, essentially? I don't care about escaping. Admittedly. And admittedly, we're Victory Road. I mean, we get an encounter, but we don't need it, so I can take Yawn off the plate. Verseek. Ugh. Ugh. Sweet. Please say I have enough. Oh, garbage. Straight garbage. I was trying to get that third swimmer in the screen, that's why. Hey, we back. Hey, Bougie, what's up? A little Emerald Nuzzy, I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, that's fine. It's no problem. I'm grinding, admittedly, and I'm getting towards the end of my stream because, I mean, grinding Snorlax sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'll tell you the plan, so then you can kind of at least get a little excited for something later on. I think I'm gonna be streaming tonight, and that's where it's gonna be true go mode because I've cleared out all of Viridian City's gym, and I've left Giovanni, a rival fight that I didn't do early on in game, and then it's Victory Road. So the whole point of this right now is I'm getting everybody up to that 50 level cap. And then afterwards, we dominate the rival fight. We go to Victory Road. We face whoever we can. We get up to that 54 level cap for E4. And then it's E4 planning time and sweeping time. Because the plan is we're going to sweep the E4. That's what we're going to do. Get the brooms out, baby. Exactly. By the way, I don't know if you heard it. I looked at some of your videos on, I believe, YouTube yesterday. And it's fun getting to watch some of the little music production that you were doing. And I appreciate anyone who's doing creative stuff. Alrighty, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, no problem, man. Gotta support fellow creators as much as possible. I mean, that's the big thing is I mean, there's the strategy of that, which is, most of the time when you see creators succeed, it's alongside other creators. You don't see many people that are just lone guns out there. It's like 3 years ago. That's fair, man. Hey, having kids takes it out of you. I'll be the first to tell you, although I do not know it from personal experience, I work with children. Which immediately, every schedule that you've ever made in your entire life never goes to plan. Because you are always going, oh, we can do this, and that. And you can really probably do 2 of those things as opposed to the 10 that you scheduled. So I understand that. But, yeah. I just wanted to let you know that. Because I said that last night, but I think it was right as you left the stream to go check on something, which is totally fine. Yeah, music production is something that I find interesting because I have no musical talent whatsoever. But I had to move into a space with more money, time, which I found just passed my competency exam for RBT. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, man. Life tends to do that to us. Tends to put us in a place to phase us out of some things to prioritize others. And it's shit sometimes, but the key is, can you find a way back into what you're doing and get there, which, it's not always easy, certainly. But it's possible. Ooh. That's funny. Till a 3-month span where I posted every day, I went from 83 subs to think. Yeah, exactly. Consistency is really important in YouTube growth. And ironically, stop, because one man who does all the editing, post captions, writing, is just too much. No, it is. It's certainly a bitch. I have felt that deeply in my own experience on YouTube. I started doing YouTube 3 years ago now, almost. Yeah, we'll hit our 3-year anniversary in February, I want to say. So, when you're doing all that kind of stuff, it is such a pain in the ass to do it alone that it feels overwhelming. And when you're not getting the growth that you think you can, it's also so disheartening and you just want to quit because you're just like, oh my god, I don't have it and I'm not getting the results I need. So, for instance, I started with mostly Pokemon card openings and my own Pokemon designs. And I was trying to being like, hey baby, come press record on my phone after I set it up on the ring. Yeah, it's tough to do that kind of stuff. Because I certainly feel you, where I was finding every workaround to do things alone and not asking for help. And, I was trying to podcast, and I was trying to podcast, and I was trying to keep up with all this artwork I was doing for my Pokemon project, plus edit other videos, and I had just a Microsoft Surface at the time, so my computer was just, the RAM was not working very well with it, so I feel that pain deeply. And it eventually, I've had multiple waves since starting YouTube and starting content creation that, man, I just kind of go, I'll post on a consistent basis, but it's kind of like weekly. And then I let it go because I'm like, okay, well, I'll let it go weekly so we're still active. Yeah. I think the other thing is when you get put to a spot where you think you got to do things a certain way, it's tough. Yeah. A clickbait ass title and caption, I hate making those. Yeah, no, it's certainly something in which it's not fun to feel like you feel like to play in an algorithm that doesn't inherently make sense because no one's truly figured it out. There are people that figure out to the point where you got stuff, but it does feel soulless is a great word for it, because you feel like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, and so I try very hard. I'm not saying I've never had a clickbaity title in my life. I have, but I try to make it as close to accurate as I possibly can. So, for instance, I posted a couple Nuzlocke shorts in the last week or two from this run. Oh my god. So, what I've done with that... How am I getting outsped on all these right now? Ridiculous. Like new one... It's like news ones. No one's going to click it that doesn't make them. Yeah. So I try very hard to never lie in a thumbnail and in a captions as well, in titles, but I try very hard to make it as snappy as possible so people still want to click on it. So the Nuzlocke ones, I was just like, R.I.P. Bulbasaur, and immediately everyone's like, what? Pokemon died. As opposed to, oh, I lost a Pokemon in my Nuzlocke. Nuzlocke, half the time, just because we're in the Nuzlocke community, because people who enjoy it get it, a lot of people don't even know what the fuck a Nuzlocke is. I was told what a Nuzlocke was by one of the kids I worked with a couple of years ago. He's like, hey, have you ever done a Nuzlocke? I'm like, what's a Nuzlocke? And he kind of taught me what it was, and then I started to play around with stuff like that, but I've yet to finish one. But it's stuff like that where I was like, okay, cool, we can do something like that. That's okay. And that's where it goes. But yeah, you never want to get put into that spot. Do you have any interest in going back and doing stuff? Oh, nice. It is amazing how many people I am finding that work with kids. I work in an after-school program. I ran an after-school program in a summer camp at my last gig when I lived out in Philly. But moving back to the great state of Wisconsin, not biased at all. Thankfully, I'm not part of an admin team. I'm just part of the team. YouTube. No, I would never put it on my music YouTube. I'll come back to what with music eventually. Here's the thing. What I would tell you is just put it on... Just use the same one. Jersey's not bad. I think parts of Jersey... I can't lie. There are parts of Jersey that suck. But I also think there's parts of Jersey that are really underrated and wonderful. And as someone who has very dear friends who have been on this channel before... I live in Colorado now and I'm disgusted every day. Oh, you're living my dream living in Colorado, though. But are you in, like, the flatland little area, or are you in the mountain area? Because that's glorious. That's where I want it. That Colorado is one of the few states that if I couldn't live in Wisconsin, Colorado, I'd be like, yep, I'm happy. That's fine. But I'm also a mountain man that loves the cold and loves the snow, so that helps. I'm where bachelors live. That's retirement zone. Fair. Your girl's a doctor, though. I remember saying, yeah, it's true. I am married to a doctor, so it's nice. Alrighty. But yeah, so it's. I would recommend, instead of just thinking I'm going to go back to music and put it there, I would highly recommend, because unless your channel is solely, I know it's all music before, which is cool, but you don't have like a title that says it's only music and you're deceiving people. So what you could do is, what I would do is pepper in 4 years, me and my girls combined salary is going to be less than doctor salary, still good. But yeah, hey man, that's life. Trust me, I was working part-time at a non-profit while my wife only had money due to student loans. So I get it. And I also remember back in the day I was working at a grocery store part-time, and I was donating plasma twice a week just so I could take her out on a date when we first started getting together. So I understand the struggle deeply, and it's fun to work with all college students now, and they're like, oh, I just don't know, and I'm like, hey, dude, I don't want to tell you that if I can do it, I don't want to be the pull yourself up by your bootstraps guy, so I don't do that, but I'm like, hey, these are the avenues you can kind of work your way into to help you get where you want to go. And so, yeah, I would look for content purposes. I might say, start peppering in, like, one of the things you could do is if you make shorts of your gameplay, if you want to play anything, you want to make some music to it, take some of those old beats that you liked and then throw it into some gameplay as like shorts. So then your editing is only, and I'm going to be honest, I edit with CapCut, which is absolutely free. Mixing subjects on social media unless it's like a personal page, yeah, I get it. I do understand it, because I like the purity of all Pokemon. So I get that you want to keep it very strictly what you thought it was going to be. But I think more so than anything, the exposure is the important part. Because then you kind of, what you can also start to see is the trends of what people are passionate about. And if you're seeing like, oh, people really respond to the music, well then you kind of go, okay, cool, I'm going to use this as a little side, a side hustle piece of the channel just so we keep things fresh and interesting. But we focus on strictly that music production side. Or vice versa, if people start responding to the gameplay with the music and you still want the music to be a big part of it, start playing those games, start making people interested in you, and then keep the music going and things will happen. Like, I think that's one thing that has been taught and learned really successfully is what you need to do more than anything is get people to care about you. That's the biggest thing, is you need to... People aren't... At first, people think they're only responding... And it's tough, I don't want to say it's not. I think everyone starts to feel like, oh, I need to make the content the best as possible. The content. Growth on YouTube is so easy, but you can be biased with my music channel. Yeah. If I could just thug it out. Yeah, it's fair. It's certainly something in which, when I look at the creators that I really like, the content is the hook that pulls me in, but then what keeps me coming back is them. Now, there are better... I like Nuzlocke content, but what got me in was the streamer Alphared. I adore Alphared's content, and he has a real entrepreneurial spirit that I really appreciate and like, because he's willing to take some different chances and risks on things, and I appreciate it. And now he gets to host a lot of stuff too. But what keeps me coming back is him. It's not just the content. And I will try stuff where, for instance, I don't have a PS5. I had never heard of Astro Boy, but I watched some of his Astro Boy content, or I've watched some of the other games that he's played that I don't give a fuck about because I like him and I like the people he works with. So the hook might be the content, but the whole point is to get yourself into that mold of, oh wow, people really care about, me, and that's why they come for content, as they care about me, which it's almost influencer based, which is interesting and a different balance entirely. Like, I don't want to be. Yeah, exactly. It's another reason why I always think, like, am I being too harsh on myself for wanting to put my face in thumbnails or wanting to put my face in certain things? And it's actually not. And it's not the egotism of I want to see my face on stuff and I want to do that. It's more of the. It's more of the. I want people to start realizing I'm the one that's doing it. Yeah, you want people to know that you're the one making it, because then if they like it, they'll go, oh, I liked him the first time, let's go do it again. Alright, this should be a good verse seek. Ah, damn. Alright, just a 1, that's fine. But yeah, that's something I would recommend. Compare it to, which kind of said comparison. What are you comparing it to, man? The other thing is, it's scary to start. It's scary to go down the rabbit hole of comparing yourself to others. It really is. I don't know if you heard my TED Talk on this the other night. But when I compare myself with others, it's usually a very, and TikTok and stuff is easy when you're willing to go completely soulless route, because it's literally selling drugs. Yeah, it is, to a degree. Which is why I avoid TikTok like the plague. I just don't know. I avoid a lot of the stuff like that. I'm not a fan of TikTok, so I avoid it. But I know I'm giving up a lot in the scroll-based universe that we play in now of content, which is tough, by not going to TikTok. But I'm like, ugh, TikTok, gross. I've used TikTok for a very short amount of time. It was mostly for content-based stuff. My wife will still send me stuff, and I will, she'll text it to me now, because I might open it. But otherwise, since I got a new phone, I haven't even signed in it. 3 listeners on Spotify. Exactly. And I hated that post. Yeah, exactly. It's what sucks about half those platforms, is you feel like you have to do so much for so little, when then half the time, and there's no. I said this one time to my wife about career path, where I kind of struggled to find my way a little bit, because I just didn't know what I really wanted to do, and I always worked with kids and worked in youth sports and other stuff. And I remember when I was struggling and I wanted to change paths in college, and she didn't quite understand it at first. And I remember talking to her, I was like, well, you have a very clear path on what you want to do and how you can do it. There's a very clear, you want to be a doctor, so you go to college, you get a degree in college that hopefully helps you in med school. You get into you apply for med school, and then you post med school, you go into residency after interviews and all this kind of stuff, and then you do, and then you become a doctor. Like, it's a very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 path, A to B to C. Where content creation does not have that in the slightest. Content creation is such a bitch of, okay, how do I get from A to B to C? Half the time you got to go A to Z back to X, then you got to go to H, then you got to go to B, then that's how you do it. And it's so tough to figure that out, because there's no logical answer to it. And all you can keep doing is grinding and getting better at what you're doing, and find your niche audience. A to C, then back to B, and then to F, and then yeah, exactly. It's all it is you're jumping through all these different hoops and you want to be trendy sometimes, even though you hate the trend, and you have to do this, and I get it, which is why one of the things I'm doing is actually a rut I was just in was my brother and I have a podcast called the Wisco Movie Watchers Podcast. My brother is a huge movie fan, and he is the 0.01% in the room where if you're talking movies, he will guaranteed trounce everybody in terms of knowledge. Like, he loves the Oscars, and he's an Oscar historian and all this kind of stuff. So, and he'll never give himself enough credit for it. And when we were making the podcast, and I kind of just, for about 6 months of 2025, I just kind of got away from a lot of stuff. Where I was like, I don't want to talk about that anymore. I don't want to do this. I had a football podcast for a while, but it was making football become a chore, and I don't ever want to do that. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go away from that a while. It felt like drawing Pokemon was a chore, so I got away from that for a while because I didn't want something I loved to become a chore. And I just kept posting the podcast because we would do it, and it was nice. And then I just realized I don't care if this is successful anymore. And not from I don't want it to be successful, but the fulfillment isn't the numbers. The fulfillment isn't the growth. And I'll chase it when I see the opportunity. But what I would do is just go, no, this is a conversation for me and Dylan, and it's nice to listen to as a kind of a timepiece of the conversation that we had and where we were at about a certain movie or a certain topic in movie history. And it was really, really liberating to start feeling that and seeing the opportunity in that, because then I just learned so much more of a, fuck it, I'm going to do stuff I want to do, and I will put in the work to get where I want to go, but I'm not going to do it in a manner in which I'm not satisfied with, I'm not happy with, or I don't want to do. And that's where I think now I get excited to go stream, where before I didn't really understand the streaming world. I didn't really understand a lot of this kind of stuff, and I was just like, well, I should go on Twitch. And I would play, and I just didn't really have a purpose, didn't really have a reason to do stuff. And that's where it was really helpful to have that time period of being down, because all of a sudden I was like, oh, I've got the answers now. I don't care. And when you don't care, it's a great place to be in. It's kind of like you got to hit rock bottom before you can go up. It wasn't rock bottom or anything. It wasn't like I was destitute or anything like that. But creatively speaking, you hit rock bottom. It's great because all of a sudden you're like, oh, cool. I have so much more. I'm sure you felt that with your music production and the content purposes as well, where you're like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do with this? Okay, thank you. We hurt ourselves on every single fucking move there, my god. But yeah. And that's where that was a really useful experience to have. Because immediately you put it into, I was that 3 months, because I was doing it on Instagram for a while. Yeah. It's just, it feels nice to leave it behind for a while and figure out what you want to do. Footing jumped into YouTube and used the same formula and went crazy. Yeah. That's all it is. Do we want covet? I don't think so, but I'll check it nonetheless. Attack that also steals the foe's held items. Is there even held items in front of us? Alright, I'm just going to check this quick because I doubt it, but Lorelei, citrus berry on a Lapras. Bruno has a citrus. It's just citrus berries. That's it. Okay. Yeah, I don't need it. Cool. I'm like going from 1K to 350K, so literally like anything's possible. The thing too with music is to get it more personal. You have to express a lot outside of the music, unless I'm making views or stream me making the music. That's another thing you can do. Where I thought, so I'm making videos would kind of do a format where I'm like making videos of my stream. Yeah. one of the things I would say about that, which is super cool, is it wasn't like gangbusters the first time we did it. We just did it for the first time on oh my god, what am I talking? Wednesday. But Dylan and I streamed 3 episodes because Dylan's schedule, he has 1 day off a week and it's rotating. And I work part-time and I work part-time in the afternoon. So I have all the morning to do kind of whatever the fuck I wanted. I streamed making the music a few times and hated it. Okay, I mean, that's fair. If you didn't like it, that sucks. But it was nice to put that there, get out there. So maybe what I would suggest if you wanted to get back in and try it again, and this is just friendly exploration because I don't know, obviously I'm not in your head, I can't feel exactly what you're feeling, is, maybe get a piece ready to go and then stream like, oh, I'm playing through some stuff, I'm going to go through some things, and then transition to maybe a Nuzlocke or something you want to play and keep the music underlined because obviously you're not going to get a copyright strike, it's your shit. And that would be a way to maybe transition to get a little bit more exposure for both. But that's just me spitballing. But it was really nice actually getting to stream the podcast because it felt like that's an opportunity that we hadn't really taken advantage of yet. And it was crazy because of how often I was kind of taken aback by the amount of random stuff that came from it that I wasn't expecting. Where my friend Ash, who I think was in a chat with you as well, during one of the videos a couple days ago, brought in a few people and they're like, oh, what's this podcast? Ash is telling me to go follow, and listened in, and then I got they watched some of the videos and I got a completely different audience member from that. But then at the same time, they came in for a Nuzlocke video because they liked it. Maybe I'll start streaming college while I'm in college. Hell yeah, do that. Are you like an average age college student, or are you a go back to school type? Which I respect because I took a couple years off before I ever went to school. So either way, it's great that you're doing that. Yep, that's fair. I realize that, man. It is, it's... College is tough. College is just tough, man. Could I cheese my way in this double fight? No, I don't want to do it. But yeah, it's, it just opened up a new audience that I thought was really, really fun and interesting to be a part of. And so that's why I'm excited. Every week we'll probably have this. We'll probably just keep doing it every week that it's available for us. And then that way it forces me to get a bunch of shows done properly. And for podcasting, it's pretty easy since the audio's decent already. I can get through it relatively quickly with no issue, which is really nice. And be done with it, and then I just gotta make thumbnails. Yeah. But one of the things with comparing yourself and other things is, I think, finding avenues for success and use bite. I want to see if that works. Great, saves my move. Love it. One of the things that comparing yourself to others is tough, and usually it's a very losing battle. So one of the things I always do is I just do it mathematically, where what I'll say is because it's factually correct, just mathematically. Like I'm in the 10% of the best artists in the world in terms of just like physically drawing something, and that's an insane egotistical statement in some ways if you hear it the wrong way. But what is meant by that, and that's really nice, is because so many people don't draw, you're already in the top like 5-10% just by doing it. Because like nobody, everyone thinks because we tailor our social media feeds and other stuff like that, that everyone's doing what we do. It's not. Like the Nuzlocke community, because we're part of it, feels like everyone's doing a Nuzlocke. No. We just live in a place and time in the internet where we can tailor our entire ecosystem to exactly what we want to see and exactly what we want to hear and do. So when you break it back down mathematically to the rest of the world, just by making music, you're already in the top 10% of artists in the world. Because you do it, and other people don't. And you have experience. And then you are better than some of the people who try to make music, too. Same deal. Like, am I the greatest artist in the world? No. Am I better than some people that actually do it, though? Yes. And am I better than all the people who don't do it? Yeah, because I do it. So it's a great way to put yourself in a nice spot to think about those things, because then you're not constantly going, oh, I'm not this successful and I'm not that, like, and it doesn't sound like you're trying to be Mr. Beast. And I certainly don't want to be Mr. Beast. If I had that much money, I would be doing generally a lot of different things in comparison to what Mr. Beast is doing. But I can't compare myself to the best comic book artists for my drawing. I can't compare myself to the best streamers for my streaming or the best podcasters because I'm podcasting. What I can do, though, is compare myself to everybody and put myself in that right framework to positively look at where I'm going. And that is a super help. Alrighty. I think Souffle 46 is going to be the end of the stream, though, because I do have to start, unfortunately, getting ready for my work. Gross. Awesome. Give me the level. It's not going to give it to me, but give me the level. Another star you. That's the level, and we'll be good there. Okay. God, Gigadrin's great, but the PowerPoints on it suck. They just suck. Alrighty, but we are close to 2 maxes here, which is awesome, because Snorlax we weren't going to max out because it's Snorlax and it's hard to do. And Souffle here is getting close, but we also got the Jolteon done. So the only focus we got to get to in the future is Curry, because Snickerdoodle and Sashimi will probably take care of themselves. And then, so you're brave for grinding, thank you. Grinding is not fun, but also I've never used Pokehex, and when I started playing with it, the time we were getting Pokehex back and just putting berries and candies in my inventory because I refused to grind. That is very fair. I will say one of the things I've been doing lately that's nice is also, if I have a feeling, like I started this Nuzlocke run because I just said, you know what, I feel like streaming again. So I just did it. I thought about it for maybe a day, and I was like, fuck it, I got time, I'm just going to do it. And with that came I'm just going to play Fire Red, and I'm going to do a Nuzlocke, and it's going to be great, oh my god. But then it also came with oh shit, I didn't think of Pokehex or anything like that. So that'll be done in the future, but trust me, if we weren't grinding by now, we would have got this done. But I think I kind of appreciate the grind a little bit too, because it makes me feel like I earned it. But that's it though. But I think that's going to do it for the stream. So this is the current team, obviously without Rotisserie down there. So Souffle needs a lot of XP to get up to 50, but that's the goal there. Sashimi, we need to get to 50. We're going to probably be short about 48, 49 because of the Giovanni fight. Snorlax, we're keeping at 45 because of all the rare candies we have. Curry is the problem. Curry's the one we got to figure out. Rotisserie ain't going to be part of the team because we already have that level 50 Cardamom Jolteon there. And Snickerdoodle, again, part of that Giovanni fight is going to be done with Snickerdoodle as well. But that is the team, and we're getting ready for the E4 and Giovanni, which will be real nice to take care of and do that. But that is going to end today's stream. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't tell you guys the other stuff that we got going on. So if you want to go listen to my dulcet tones even more, you can go check out the Wisco Movie Watchers podcast. New one comes out tomorrow, Saturday, for those that are in different parts of the area, in the region. And then we also have the Onetta show just came out, and we evaluated every single Mega Evolution in the base game of ZA, and we're going to try to get some DLC in the next couple days as well. Yeah, we're going to cook tonight. So we're going to do that. So you can go check out that, and we have some short clips if you want to go check out what the kind of the tone is with some of those. And if you want more great Pokemon content, you go check out our YouTube channel, PTE Creative. Go check out Spotify for our podcasts, and they are also available on YouTube there if you want to check there. Check our Instagram page. Why not? Have some fun with it. Give us some likes, some comments, subscribe, wherever you are. But thank you guys so much for watching and listening wherever you are. It is appreciated. Peace, love, and hugs to you all. Goodbye!